Hey guys, I got a cool boat to go over with you today. It's got some features on it that's a little different than what we normally do, and I'm going to walk you through that in just a minute. But it's an 1870 hunt deck. So this boat's roughly 20 foot long, got a 70-inch bottom with a 94-inch beam. It's a big boat. This is a big boat. A lot of room in this boat. Got a 140 Suzuki on the back of this boat. Great motor, absolutely love that motor. Very light, same weight as a 90 and a 115 Suzuki. So that's a cool little motor back there. We sell a lot of them. We really like it. This is the stealth model of that. But this boat's got a few things in it I wanted to go over with you. So pass me the camera and we'll do that. All right, guys. So sitting here at the helm, he's got the Gator Trax steering wheel right there. He's got a his switch panel. He's got a timer for his live well right there. He's got a digital gauge, Suzuki digital gauge there, and his switch for the hydraulic jack plate right there. He's got a nice Lowrance there set up there. He's also got a Lowrance up front. They're Etherneted together, so that's a cool setup there. Now, got cup holders on both sides of the console, rod holders on both sides of the console. He also has some rod holders back here in the back. They're not going to do well with that bimini top. They're right underneath that bimini top right there, but we try to get that bimini top back off of the hinges and off the back deck here so you can lift these back decks up when you need to. So that'll be something he has to play back and forth with that. He's got a swim ladder on the back. He's got a place to mount a power pole in the future if he ever decides to do that. Sliding transducer bracket right there, and a Bob's Action jack plate on the back. So that's a standard setup. We have a lot of that stuff always in the back. That's not really that different, but this is something that's a little different. He's going to have an upholstery shop where he lives make him a cushion for this. Let me get on the side with the sun to my back. Right now I'm sitting in the way, but so this is an idea he had for a lean post that he's got right here. Now that cushion will mount up here and curve down the front like that, so he can lean up against it or he can sit down on it. But this basically folds forward. That folds forward and then allows him access to underneath here to a divided live well. So he's got a nice divided live well in here with a timer and an aerator in there. That's an awesome setup right there that he's got. And then when he doesn't, he can leave this down while he's fishing. When he gets ready to go back and drive again, he can just close that up over the top of his live well. But it allowed him to utilize this whole rear storage bench here on this 70-inch bottom boat, because look what he's got on each side of the live well is a nice storage box. There's one here and there's one on the other side as well. So he's got two nice big storage boxes and a really big size live well right there in the middle. And that's all made possible. And he wanted a lean post. You can't do this with a captain's chair because it has to be mounted permanently. So this was a pretty cool idea to do. That's what he wanted. That's what we got him. So back deck is pretty standard. That's got 3 hatches at the top, gas tank, trolling motor, cranking battery, power pole pump in the future when he adds his power pole. Got a couple of, he's got a step on this side to get to the back deck, all right? And then he has a step on this side to get to the front deck. So we didn't want to crowd this and we put one on each side here because we didn't want to crowd that area up going both directions. So underneath this catwalk on the left, he's got a expanded metal tray to store some gear in underneath there. And then he's got on this side no expanded metal tray and maybe a place for a push pole or a gaff or something like that he can put underneath there. He's got courtesy lights in here. Got a nice shelf underneath the console. Up here in the front, he's got a 4-foot extended deck. Big old extended deck. So you can take that off, and when you take that off and remove that, that moves, you've got a whole lot of floor space here. So for duck season, things like that, when floor space is a premium, or you're out tooling around with the family and you got kids with beanbag chairs, floor space is much better. When you're fishing, he's going to want that big deck up there. And look at his deck. He's got a deck that we have dropped. Now this boat's got tall sides on it, all right? It's got 24-inch sides on it, so he had room to drop that front deck a little bit and maybe not interfere with the things you could put underneath it. On a 21-inch sided boat, that gets a little tougher to do. You start running out of room just to put batteries and things like that when you lower the deck too much. So you have to kind of play with that, but this is the design that he wanted, and he's got a nice tow rail all the way around it. And then he can sit up here on the front deck and fish. Got a 12-inch Lowrance there, got a little drop-down section with a Minn Kota Tarova up there. Cleats, he's got some cleats welded in some key locations and a bow rail back there in the back on each side for whoever may be sitting next to him here can hold on to the bow rail there. And he's got an ice chest right here on the floor right there that he provided, and we put a thick pad on it for him and a thick pad on the front of the console right there to lean back against. Just a cool boat, man. Just a really cool boat. I love it. I love the way that it came out. Do a lot of things out of it. Thanks for checking it out.